loads of wins recently, had a fantastic year. #1 seed, overtook Ben, I think, about 2 months ago in the singles kind of rankings. So let's start here, 0-0, here we go. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting how if Fed choose to pick on the backhand side of Tom. Again, I mentioned this earlier, that the backhand is typically the weaker side of most players. Okay, not a bad point, not a bad point. So I think Fed's strength is his knowledge and his ability to move the court and predict where people are going. There you go. So it's that knowledge of knowing where they are going prior to is very important. And then we mentioned this in the last match. If you watch the last match between Travis Rattermeyer and Ryan Fu, margins are so important here. Yeah. Tom did well, a bit of a tricky bounce there, but he did well. And then I think Fed got a tough bounce as well. So it all equals out eventually. Good point, good point. It's so tricky hitting a backhand line when it's deep in that backhand corner, because you have to hit up, and it's the shortest part of the court from corner to corner. So finding that ball and keeping it low is really tricky. Conor Garnett, I mentioned it earlier, has a habit of doing that shot really well, that backhand down the line. Again, they do possess a big spectrum here and difference. I might pull up pretty soon, but it's going to be an interesting game here to see if Tom can rise the level here.
This guy's doing here. He's supposed to.
Again, I'm curious to see the score here. So again, I played Tom earlier on in the week, and there's the misses he can't afford to have. The reason why is that it just gives that pressure, it takes the pressure away from Fed. Fed is an exceptional player, as we all know, but keeping those simple errors down will help build more pressure. I don't mind that play, like slowing it down. It just sat too well for Fed to attack that kind of spin backhand, top spin backhand. So this is going to be interesting here. This is Tom's first time in a second round of a PPA, and it's showing here a little bit, just with some shot choices. Ball. It's a good ball. Let's see how, I want to see more of those kind of points. And look at the depth here in this ball. Well placed. Again, it's nice and smart. Just start to build some pressure on Fed. Yeah, it's a good ball. Tough shot. Again, did that against me, annoyingly, quite a few times, especially in the third game. Again, Tom's advantage is his ability to move. So he just do a good job of protecting his backhand. So did a good job there too. It's a really good return. Yeah, that's a good return and set him up Fed nicely. But look how stable Fed's feet are here. There's not much kind of unbalancedness to his game, and that's what I think more players do more often. All right, guys, I am going to try and go live again on my Instagram as the Prince of Pickleball. to answer any of your questions that you may have on what's this game, or with me, or just in generalized pickleball questions. That's a good point. That's good pickle. And he's well-placed ball from Fed. Mid-court ball was safe, but he made Tom hit the shot, and he did. So it's a good point. Okay. So in the last game, we had some momentum shifts, heavy ones. Let's see if we can go here as well. So one thing that plays in Tom's favor here is that Fed has not played Tom before. It's so difficult to play someone for the first time and figure out how to beat them. So he has a little advantage here, Tom, even though he's down the duper. Good pressure. Pressure building from Fed. It's good stuff. That's why he's the best player in the world right now. Oh, at least the #1 seed. Wow. That was nice. Yeah, a bit of luck from the net, but Tom's advantage from a soccer background, he's very quick and very agile. So one thing that Tom mentioned to me in qualifiers was that he's looking for some help sponsorship-wise. He's one of these kind of players that are breaking through. And to get to the level, you have to be able to push yourself and travel. It's a good point. Good point. Good point. Okay, so this is where the pressure's kicking in now, where Fed has not played Tom before. And it's that idea where you start to second-guess yourself. You just don't know what they're going to do next. I'm sure if Fed played Tom again, he'd know more just from his first 10 points. But this is going to be interesting. This is already coming back in the score. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a good ball. Again, Fed playing what Fed should do. It's good margins, make Tom hit the ball and make him hit the winner. He had 6 really good balls, and he made the right shot at the right time. So it's going to be interesting. 5-7. All right, this is going to be interesting. Wow. So we're at 6-7 here, and Tom is doing an exceptional job of hitting the right ball at the right time. He's making, again, good ball. He's been efficient. He's being a typical, very efficient German. That sounds about right. Compared to the English. Yeah. He's making Fed play. Like, he's making him play. I think this might be Federico's first round, or first match this week in singles, which would make sense with his seeding. So this is a chance where Tom can capitalize on a bit cold, that kind of match cold. Not bad. Okay, so this is where things can shift now. 7-6 in favor of Fed. Can Fed push on, or is it going to be 7-6 for the remainder? Wow. Again, he's playing the right ball. He's playing the right kind of pickleball. The duper difference here is quite a large amount between these two players, but it doesn't matter right now. This is all new. And Tom is playing well. He's playing really well. No fear. So this is interesting to see this. 7-7. 7-7. If I showed you the duper but prior to this, it was a huge difference. Just because there's not as much experience with data with Tom as there is with Fed. Good point. Yeah. Just Tom, can I give it away here? This pop up here, a little bit too, yeah, just too deep. Give Fed the chance, the angle and the time. Time more than anything else. The time was given. Yeah, good pressure. Playing smart stuff. Playing smart pickleball, hitting good balls. Guys, I'm on Instagram as the Prince of Pickleball. I'm also live. If you want to ask some questions, you can ask them on there. Wow, 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 wow. hitting good spots. Look at the margin here. This is not nowhere near the line. This is good placement. I'm going to have a bit of clout here, guys, that I actually lost in 3 to Tom in qualifying. So if Tom beats Federico today, I go on there.
So we're at 8-8.
Interesting to see this comeback here from Tom. He's been playing very smart, very patient. Good shot. Good shot.
What a point. That's a great point.
Look at the control here from Tom. This is exceptional. Like, he's not overhitting. Some players, and myself, would be overwhelmed by this environment. Tom is doing an exceptional job of rising to the challenge. Now he's ahead. Now he's ahead. Now he's ahead. 9-8. Again, he's moving really well, Tom. That's one thing that his strength is. He moves very well. And he's putting pressure on Fed. Fed can't just get away with an easy win here. On paper, Fed should be dominating here. On paper, but Tom has done a really good job of kind of closing down these gaps and making simple errors and pointing to the Bayern Munich badge. Hilarious. But yes, let's see if he can push on and take it here. 9-8. 10-8. 10-8 against Federico Staksrud. This could be interesting, ladies and gents.
Make that 11. First game in favor of Tom Protzek. Great first game.
Okay. All right, guys, we are back here from the commercial. Fed actually was receiving, won that point, and now he just got a second point on serve. So 2-0. Let's see how this goes. Well played. One thing that players can do is that if you beat someone that's meant to beat you, suddenly you go from being completely relaxed to now you're meant to be winning. So can Tom push on from this? Because in theory, he's meant to lose this on paper. And it's now 1-2. Again, he's done a really good job of being smart with his placement. He's not overhit under the pressure. So important you do that. Yeah, putting pressure on Fed, making him make the shot. Playing good, smart pickleball. Especially in singles, hitting those channels, those kind of 1 foot inside the line channels. Really, really important. All right, guys, so it's 2-2 here. That's a good point. I think Fed put pressure on his placement there, made Tom hit the shots. Again, Tom is a former foot soccer player, say football being English. He's very quick. Good point. Good point. There wasn't a bad shot there really in there. I think the problem was this ball was a little bit centre. Yeah, centre short with time. Fed's too good to miss that. He's done it too many times. All right, guys, look at the head-to-head here. Tom is a 5.2, 5.29. Fed's a 7.1. That's going to change soon after this, of course. But Fed's meant to win this pretty easily, and he's not. And missing balls like that, he's making it harder for himself. Again, this goes down to the idea, as Fed has not played someone like Tom before. Tom is a breakthrough player. So this is, again, it's so difficult to play people that you don't know, because it just adds an element of pressure to your game. And Tom's finding a way through. Loose error. So that's where it's going to be a thing that Tom needs to avoid, the loose errors, the ones that take pressure off Fed. Good return. That's a really good point. Oh, it's out. Okay. So, good cat and mouse from Tom there. That's Fed's big strength, his cat and mouse. And yeah, Tom is very quick. He's putting pressure on Fed. That head-to-head record is nuts, but it's... Hang on, there's a problem with the score here. I think the referee thought that he called it out when he actually called it in. There we go. Chance there. Chance, he had the line open. Went to go back behind, but it was just a very tight angle. Will that cost him long term? Let's find out. Bit fortunate there. Return was not pretty, but it got the job done. Miss hit actually saved him there. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, guys. In indoor pickleball, these mats are pretty much 99% perfect, and there's occasional 1% that are just not quite right. And that's part of indoor right now. The PPA is doing an exceptional job with these courts. There's occasionally we get some bad bounces. Oh, it's a great point. What a great shot. Again, Fed put Tom in a bad position. Reaching backhand flick down the line, that's a really hard shot under pressure of not being on serve. This is going to go the way, guys. It's going to go all three. There's the pressure again. See, I want to, again, I'm more in favor of Tom because I played him in qualies. He's got to avoid those. Because then it means that momentum shifts, which takes the pressure off Fed. Fed is the best player, or one of the best players in the world, the #1 seed in this event. Making those simple errors just gives him that advantage that Tom cannot afford to give away. Yeah, very, that's not easy, guys.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Alright, we're in here. That's just, there's that experience, is that Fed didn't look pressured there. He looked balanced, composed, and low, and the outcome proved that. Very simple technique, which is working great there. Just short. I think that was just short. Ball's good there. Let's see how it is here. Yeah, it's just short, I'm afraid. I don't think that's going to be going in his favour. No challenge, so it makes sense. Good cat and mouse, though, from Tom. Good cat and mouse. We challenge? No. Yeah, so... Oh, we have a challenge. All right, we have a challenge. Okay, I don't think it's going to go in favour. Just...
All right, guys, we have a verdict from the referee here on the decision that's been made on the out call. And they're going to let us know pretty soon what that verdict was.
After review, the umpire stands. Loss of challenging, loss of timeout. We have no timeouts remaining. 2 timeouts remaining. Resume play at 3-8, 8-3.
All right, guys, we're back here.
Timeout, 3-3.
These are the errors that Tom cannot afford to give away. Yeah, this is a good serve, but it just takes the pressure off Fed, which... Yeah, it's a good ball. That's a good ball, but he's got to do that more frequently. And it's a nice, smooth shot. Hard shot to hit on the line there, but and it's good margin. He has to do that frequently, but it's not going to be easy. Easier to get that kind of serve. That's going to work. So right now it is 4-9 in favour of Fed. Pickleball shifts momentum-wise a lot. Yeah, I think this is going to go the distance here, guys, when it comes to a third game. It's hard when you're the underdog, which Tom is, and there's a big difference in Duper ratings. You go from winning the first game and like, oh, I've got no pressure, I just got to have some fun, and suddenly you're now winning. What do you do? Yeah, that's okay. Makes sense. This is a good point from Fed. You can kind of see with body language now the pressure's kind of come off. He's got a bit more relaxed, a bit more that kind of Fed swag. Let's see if he can win this one here. Good point. Very good point. Just a prime example there, hitting good spots and then finishing the balls there. And in pickleball, you know, you have to respect the shot. If it's too good, it's too good. In that occasion, Tom's shot, well played, too good.
Okay.
That's tough. That's tough. He did it before, kind of that ball down the line, kind of curved it a little bit, but it's just too tight. It's there, but is it the low risk shot? Yeah.
Play. Good game. Fed ready to challenge here. Not a bad pass on this one here. Just hit a nice simple ball.
But look at the margin there, guys. So smart on that shot from Fed.
Here between Tom and Federico Staksrud. This is going to be interesting here. Let's see how this goes.
That's a good return. It's down the middle. It's putting pressure on someone that's already lost the last game. Very smart decision from Fed there. This is what I mentioned about the pressure, right? The ball didn't need that close. In the first game, Tom was putting that ball nice and safe. So there's just one thing here, guys, about the tempo of Fed. Look how he's getting quicker and quicker and putting more and more time on Tom. He's squeezing him. If I was Tom, I would maybe consider a timeout now, just to slow down Fed's momentum, because you can see he's squeezing him on time and putting a lot of pressure. Yeah, Fed's playing Fed's game now. He's kind of got past that first game jitters, and now it's just clean sailing. Tom's got to do something different here. He's got to try and throw him off a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's just pressure, guys. This is the idea of that Duper difference. There was like a almost 1.6 difference in Duper. Timeout called by Tom, but this is what pressure does. When you play someone that is known to deal with pressure well, Tom has got to be able to rise to that challenge, or in this case, come back from a deficit. A timeout from, I think Tom's a good time, just to recharge, get himself back into it. more down to giving Tom more time. It looked more out than in, I'll say that. But it just gives Tom a bit of time to recharge. Body language you can see. Body language is not giving me an impression that I'm ready to go. There you go. That's better. That's better. Yeah. Again, body language. Look at Tom. He's showing too much of his cards here, which again, confidence is key when it comes to pickleball, especially in singles and those shifts of momentum. So let's see if Tom can rise the challenge. Yeah, he's in routine. So you can see Fed now is in rhythm. He's in rhythm, he's finding his spots. The pressure's kind of been diffused by Tom a little bit. So now he's just playing his game. He's playing his relaxed game, which is where Fed's is most, vicious when it comes to singles. Good serve. Yeah. Oh, that's... Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Look at this for an angle. Here we go. That's ooh la la all day. Great shot. That's, again, Tom is a ex-soccer player. That is one of his strengths, is his ability to move quickly. 0-7 down. Can he turn it around? Side out. Side out, afraid not so far. You can just see body language difference between Fed and Tom. There's a big difference. Yeah, it's pressure. He had him cold at the beginning. Tom did that on Fed. He had him cold. Yeah, playing relaxed. One thing, technically wise, guys, for Federico is look how low he is on his ground strokes. Such a good base. Yeah, and that just puts pressure on Ben to hit the right shot. Sorry, on Tom to make the right shots. Talking of Ben, I'll talk about Ben in a second. So Ben and Fed, as we all know, share very similar game styles as games. Let's get the claw here. Okay, so we'll go a challenge here. So the referee should come over pretty soon. Oh, hang on, let's referee do his thing first. Okay, that's it, 11-0. So, a great game there from Tom for the first part, but you can see how he lost momentum, but also lost a little bit of that confidence as well. So, we're going to the next one here, and I'll come to see you. I'll see you in a little bit.